Hey everyone, this is Nikki. In this video I want to go over the layers panel. So to start off, I want to talk about what layers are. In this left side you see some shapes. And think of layers over here as like transparencies. And you have the square, the circle, and the triangle kind of spread apart to show you the different shapes. And then on this one they're all flat. If it's opaque, then the rectangle needs to be on the bottom so we can show the circle and the triangle that we've added to the rectangle. Okay, so let's say I want to rename the layer, which I kind of do. See where this group layer is? Has all the stars. I want to rename that to stars group. I can click on that and rename it from here. Let's click on group or the name up here, and you can change it from there. Or you can swipe left and it will give you these options, and on the bottom is rename layer, and I'll just rename that stars group. It's okay, and there you have it. Okay, now let me show you how to hide a layer. So if I wanted to hide the moon, you can hide it like that, and it's not going to show up anywhere. And that's also if you didn't want that as part of, like, if you're going to export it, it wouldn't show up like that either. Now to lock a layer. So there's a couple different ways you can do that as well. We can go up here to this panel and see this big red button that says lock. Oh, that must be on the rectangle. But anyway, I don't want that locked right now. You can also swipe to the left and it's going to give you some options up here to add to selection, delete, lock, or rename the layer. So if I want to lock that, you see how it has this little lock tool right here. Well, if I try to move that moon, it's not going to go anywhere. Other things are, but that's not going to move. So let's unlock that by tapping on it, or you can go back to the menus and you can also unlock it that way. Up here, I want to go to the top here and I want to show what these are. This is for if you wanted this kind of out of the way, but you still wanted to see it. So you can work differently with that too. Up here, you have all these items on this menu. So you can do select all, lock, unlock all, and just go down the line there. You can pin it or unpin it. If I unpin it, the panel will go away. If I pin it, you can keep it there. I'm going to keep it pinned. Okay, on the second line here, you have where you can add layers. You have a vector layer, a pixel layer, mask, empty mask layer, and then empty group. You have this icon where it shows you can merge and rasterize and expand and all that. This one I've showed before where you can group. There's mesh, quad, perspective, arc, bend, fisheye, and twist, like I've showed in a previous video. And then there's delete, and that's for if you want to delete a layer, which I will do, and then I'll bring it back. This one is for, again, if you want to, let's say, rename. There's a couple ways you can rename. I think I showed you that earlier. There's this way, and then there's also this way. So there's renaming. You can play with the opacity there. You can play with the adjustments here. There's visible, there's lock, and there's solo. And that's where you can single that out where it's just solo and you can work with the moon. I'm going to undo those. You can make it invisible or visible. You can play with the gamma, anti-aliasing modes. You have the master menus, you have the source and the dest, then you have the tags. Okay, on this third line, you have opacity and you have adjustments. So let's say I wanted to change the opacity. You could also do it from here. You can do that from here. Go back and forth, click on it. You can go up and down. And you can click on it and put whatever number it is you want on here. You also have adjustments, which we will play around in another video. Okay, here you can see I have this picture with the stars, the moon, and the waves that are actually behind the background. So I want to explain how the layers panel works here. So first of all, you see we have the moon haze, we have the group stars, which doesn't show that yet, but I'll explain that, background, and the group of waves. Well, up here you have the moon, and see how it's on top. Well, that's because this moon layer is on top. Now, if I wanted to move that to the back, there's a couple of different ways you can do that. You can go up here to the context toolbar, and over here you have where to put those. And whatever options are available are the ones that will show up. And here I have moved it back. So I can move that to the back, and it's not even going to show on here anymore because I have it behind the background. Now, if I want to move that back to on top or the front, you can either go this way, like before, or you can long press on this and bring it up and see where there's that thin blue line. That means it's ready to drop on there. Let me show you again. See how you have that thin blue line right there? I can drop it there too. Actually, I kind of want it on top. Okay. Now what this means is if I see how it highlights that whole layer, that means I would drop it in with that group, which is also called clipping. So you can do it that way too, and I'll show an example of that here soon. But so this is on top, and it's actually called like the parent layer. And here's an example of that. So down here I have the group of these curves, which these curves are these waves over here. This is called the parent layer, and these are called what Affinity is calling the child layers. And that's how that works. And I will show you here in just a minute how to get these up here. Now see this background? I kind of want those waves up front and into that background. And see how these waves are outside of the boundary? Well, this is where the clipping comes in, where I can grab this layer right here, to click on it, long press on it, and I'm going to move it right in there, and I'm going to drop it. And see how it clipped that? It moved it right into the background. And you can still go and you can manipulate these how you want to. And that is how clipping works. To make selections, we can do like we've done before and just click on an item in the picture itself. Or you can click over here in the layers panel. You can also come over here to the command controller, click the up button as the shift button, and click multiple like that, or come down to the very last one that you want, and you can do that. You can also click one, and let's say you don't want to include that one, you can click multiple like that. Okay, now let's see how to actually group things. So I have these stars, and let's just say I don't want this group anymore. Now I'm going to go up here, I'm going to ungroup these. I mean, it's actually pretty that simple. And here you can work with them individually. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to group these. And there's your group. And with that, you can click on that. You can move these wherever.
Thank you for joining me in this video. Please subscribe, comment, like, and I will see you in the next video.